that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game. Your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
Downstairs. You mean? Girl, I told you I'd be ready. You always got excuses and you know I be on top of things. Punctual my proper name. On the dot is not your aim. Although we in love, we are not the same. I hit you on that celly. You said you needed 5, that was more than 12 ago. Claim you got your hands tied, time stuck like Velcro. Georgia Peach on east side like it's ATL. You lacking, you tripping, you slacking, impatient, be waiting, confused like what happened. You get attitude cause I'm getting mad, cause you wanna take 20 minutes and a half. And on top of that, I gotta get gas out of the freeway, pick up traffic. What the is you doing? We gotta dip, 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 dip. Cardi, yeah. Watch your tick, 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 tick. Waiting for that last minute for your hell. Now stop playing games, girl, and bring your downstairs. Come on, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Cause you know that time that you wasting, like time that you wasting, like time that you wasting on my time. Come on, girl, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Cause you know that time that you wasting, like time that you wasting, like time that you wasting on my time. Took me 20 to get ready. Shower moisturizer and the fit I had on you.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. This defense for the Jets, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. He's got him in, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Well, on the opening drive, he was looking for a big chunk play. Unfortunately, that time, the secondary was ready for it. Charles picked it off. Not only that, they take it the other way for points.
Homework, preparation, research, it all comes back to that, BJ. Scouting your opponent, not just the players, but the coaches, too. And seeing what they call to begin a game, find out their tendencies. They recognize the early deep ball was part of their opposing game plan, and they weren't caught off guard when it showed up.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's...
And right away, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. K'Lavon Chaisson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Jamison Williams, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Rodgers. And complete to Drake London. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And they'll send Williams in motion right. Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Micah Parsons charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Tucker's kick is good. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. 17-0 our score after 1. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, pick 26.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. On third down, here's Walker. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
26. 30. Hey, 88.
Now Rodgers. And Cook has it, left side. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
And again, it's Rodgers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. He completes it to Olave. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. A good pick up there of 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. That's Olave bringing in another one. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when it work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Aaron Stokes. And the Jets are going to get the football back at their own 17. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short. Could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Second and 4. Going for the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Jets are able to add on to their first half lead. Tucker now to add the point after. And that stretches the lead to 27. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete to Otten. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Aaron Stokes. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And all the way down to the 9. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So all of a sudden with that run, maybe now a chance for points here.
It's a total mind shift, isn't it? Because what you were saying before was, hey, let's just get out of here, get the half over with. Instead, we can get some points now.
Next one.
Rodgers going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Drake London in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Back to throw now on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. K'Lavon Chason able to drop in that time for his second sack of the evening. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Trey Hendrickson, his second sack of the night. Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. And that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. And caught by London. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Now on 2nd and 13, Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Jets will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for his defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been abandoned.
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. That's a corner that got in there for the sack. Dante Jackson.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Back to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle, because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped the ball. Walker, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll go with the keeper. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the sneak, not what he was hoping for, and it's third down.
Yeah, partner, they went a little conservative, didn't they? And they ended up marking it short. And now I wonder, will they even do it again on third down?
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll try and run. Walker. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Ken Walker with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Bills on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third down and 12. Got an open man. It's Olave. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. First down, here's the run with Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll get that complete to Alberto. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Straight ahead, Walker. Showed some solid running, strong running, and then he's corralled just beyond the 10. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the Jets winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here now at MetLife Stadium.
2nd and 15. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run it.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. K'Lavon Chaisson bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw here. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently. Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And now here's another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of this.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Isaiah Rodgers up to make the tackle.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Rodgers now to throw.
And this one taken in by Olave. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
McPherson on for the point after.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes...
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he rifles one incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
They'll set up to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. They'll look to throw again. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Micah Parsons able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Looking to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And my goodness, another interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a jet touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a single caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one.